What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Oleksandr Usyk. Now, get this, guys. Oleksandr Usyk says that he is out of contract with Eddie Hearn unless he gets the Anthony Joshua fight next. We knew the new intel that popped around the corner yesterday, where it's rumored that Oleksandr Usyk wanted a step-aside fee, or he wanted a percentage of the fight. Eddie Hearn wasn't going for that, and in fact, he said that was plain out greedy and unrealistic and unbelievable. Right? So, I guess this got back to Oleksandr Usyk, and because it did, he is out of contract with Eddie Hearn because he figures that I am the guy and I am the next in line to fight the mandatory. That is me. I think that he should give me that fight, or I'm going to stop doing business with him altogether. You know, and how do I counterpunch this? I'm not surprised. Think about it. You know, Eddie Hearn said that Oleksandr Usyk is being greedy. Okay? He's being greedy by, first of all, asking for a percentage, which it is a little greedy. That is a little excessive. But also asking for a step-aside amount being over $1 million. So I think that's reasonable, because I would have expected $2 million for a fight that lucrative. Okay, you want me to step aside for a much bigger fight without compensating me what you could and what you can afford to. I think that's right on the money, right? So when Oleksandr Usyk found out that Eddie Hearn called him or referred to him as greedy, a person like Usyk, you got to remember his image, his demeanor. Someone like Usyk. Usyk is not a guy that really talks about money as much, you know what I mean, than anybody else. You don't hear him screaming, "I want money, give me money, where's the dollars?" He wants to fight for the legacy. He has other things in mind, but he's not allowed to do that because it is a fight that is taking place all because of money. It's not really legacy or the undisputed at all if they're talking about dropping belts here and there, or all of them at the same damn time and all that craziness. So it's not even about legacy or really who's the best for some parties. Some parties are only concerned about money. Yes, Eddie Hearn's the promoter. I think he's worried more about securing the bag than who wins or whatnot, because it's a 2-fight deal. So he wants to get that deal up, signed, sealed, delivered. And he doesn't give a shit who's in the way. Counterpunch, that's all that really is. So Oleksandr Usyk's like, hey, you let me fight Anthony Joshua because you're not going to give me what I want. Obviously, you don't even want to give me a 7-digit step-aside fee for a fight that's supposed to be $500 million combined. So why should I work with you? And then the question is, why should he work with Eddie Hearn if Eddie Hearn's already saying what he ain't going to do? So that's already a problem. Okay, so him asking Usyk, you know, and offering him something that he already knows that he's much more than or whatnot, I think that he should, you know, I think he should put his foot down. I think Oleksandr Usyk, he should put his foot down. You know, you go to the WBO, and the WBO, Paco Valcarcel, you know, he's already said, like, no, we're going to keep firm on this. You owe our fighter, the mandatory fighter, this amount. So I think you need to give us and grant us that particular opportunity. You know, so I agree with Usyk, because what we're thinking about and what we're faced with is an uncertainty. The last thing you want to do, or anybody, you want to put your trust in someone like Tyson Fury. Why? Because Tyson Fury changes with the weather anyway. He does. He changes with the weather. He thinks this way. He says this way one day. The next day he's just talking a totally different vibe. You know what I'm saying? That contradicts what he said before. And what's going on with him? A mediation. Now, according to Eddie Hearn, Eddie Hearn states that, hey, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I think Bob Arum, they're wrapping that up, and they're holding no weight, you know, and all that stuff, but we don't know that yet. So I think the first thing they need to do is figure out what's going to happen with that before Anthony Joshua drops anything, or Eddie Hearn jumps to conclusions and pisses off Oleksandr Usyk, because he could be losing a good fighter at the end of the day. Because who knows what happens if Tyson Fury has to fight Deontay Wilder for the third time? What happens then? That means Anthony Joshua doesn't have to drop his WBO. Then he has to fight Usyk. There's no guarantee that Anthony Joshua will beat Usyk. You know what I mean? He would probably be favored since he's a heavyweight, he's a hard-hitting, he's a good boxer and all that good stuff, dealing with a master boxer, you know? And what happens if Usyk beats Joshua? Then he's lost the unified heavyweight champion of the world by fucking off, worrying about Tyson Fury and hopefully getting this British fight together, and it all blows up in his face. Why? Because you're counting your eggs before they're hatched. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think Eddie Hearn needs to wait. I think he needs to wait. I think he needs to stop with the questions and answering what he's not going to do, what he's going to do with this and that and the other. I think he should stop that, because all he's seeming to do is piss somebody off when he doesn't even know the verdict of anything that's going to go down yet. Yes, we know they want to fight. Anthony Joshua wants to fight. Tyson Fury wants to fight. Okay, but then they have other obligations. You're dealing with a unified heavyweight champion, a unified champion. If you're unified, you have mandatories. That's how it works. These other fighters get their opportunity to fight the champion. If the champion is unified, that means you're fighting for more than just that one sanctioning body that you climb the ranks to get. Okay, that's what that means. And Anthony Joshua has 3 belts, make that 4. But he's defending 3 of those belts. So since he's defending 3 belts, he has a lot of obligations. That's all. He has a lot of obligations. So I think what Eddie Hearn needs to do, he needs to understand the obligations of his fighter. I think he needs to stop talking yet, because he doesn't know what's going to happen. And I would hate for Oleksandr Usyk and Eddie Hearn to fall out due to what Eddie Hearn is refusing to pay. That's what I believe. And I think they should wait, be wise, okay, be patient, and wait to see what happens with Fury Wilder. That's what they should do. Now, if it all comes in the favor of Fury, cool. Let's get this fight on the way. Okay, drop the WBO like Anthony Joshua said. I can come back and fight that. But to lose him, to lose Oleksandr Usyk, I don't think that would be worth that right now, especially when you're uncertain to what the hell is really going to happen with those 3 guys, or should I say 4 guys. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Oleksandr Usyk not signing with Eddie Hearn unless he gets the Anthony Joshua fight. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.